Now, we begin tonight with those two Patterson police officers charged with assaulting a young man and filing a false police report about what really happened. The incident took place back in December and was captured on a nearby surveillance camera.
Yeah, this news comes as federal investigators begin to crack down on police misconduct nationwide. Big 7's Jay Dow joins us live from Patterson with more on the federal charges here. Jay.
Well, Corey, if you recall, we filed several stories on these officers and this incident back in February. 29-year-old Kevin Patino, 28-year-old Kendry Teneo, two Patterson police officers this evening, both facing federal civil rights and obstruction of justice charges for allegedly beating up on a then 19-year-old man here in Patterson and then lying about it in their police report. If you recall the surveillance video that caught this incident from a warehouse across the street, it was less than 10 seconds before these officers were seen approaching Osama Saladin, and then they began punching him. And now the attorneys for this young man came out forcefully, and they said that this was a case of excessive force. And let me make a slight correction here. The young man's name is Osama Al-Saidi, and he says he suffered a concussion, cuts, and bruises. We have this evening federal civil rights charges. We spoke with the executive director of the Council on American Islamic Relations. Listen to what he has to say.
This is a step towards justice and bringing justice for Osama after being assaulted by the officers. But it's only the first step, and we're waiting for the trial and the conviction of the officers for the two charges being brought against them.
The attorneys for Osama Al-Saidi released a statement that reads in part, quote, "We are also very mindful of the importance of the video in this case, as a jury does not have to decide who to believe, the victim or the officer. They can see it for themselves. As we see this happening across the country, we hope that what happened to Osama and the subsequent prosecution of these officers will contribute to the growing national dialogue on police reform." Now, Maksut, the executive director of CAIR New Jersey, remarking on the takeover of the Patterson Police Department's Internal Affairs Bureau by the county prosecutor's office. Maksut says he has no confidence in the county taking over this internal affairs division here in Patterson Police Department. He wants an external third-party independent counsel to do that. We're going to have much more on this story coming up on the Pix 11 News at 10, including we're going to hear from the attorney of one of the officers accused in this case. We're live in Patterson, New Jersey this evening. Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.